Man, one of the places I enjoy being in a creative space is the driving seat. Sometimes I'm not actually even driving. I just sit in a seat to simulate a time for me when I was, you know, actually not living directly in the car, but being on the go so much that it is pretty much living out of the car, or like I'm in the car so many hours of the day that you know what I mean. So it's still sometimes I just sit in the driver's seat just to put myself in a creative, or just to simulate the time where I was very, you know, very active and moving a lot. A lot of things happened that even cost me dearly, but I don't regret that time, and I'm grateful for that time. And so yeah, I just thought of a hook that I came up. A hook came in my mind years ago, and I recorded it. I think I haven't actually recorded it as far as like in the studio, but I did a voice note of it, and I just thought of the day that it just passed, and I was like, oh man, I never released that. You know, I'm still working on just organizing, because the important thing with creating audio sounds and just creating in general, you have to be mindful of copyright situations. Like, copyright is an interesting thing. Like, you once you create something, is yours, but it's like if you don't have valid proof that you indeed created that thing, then it's hard to justify like a copyright, and that's where it gets a little tricky. Like, you have copyright immediately when you do something fixed to a physical format, you know what I mean, or in a digital format, but something that's like a storage space, pretty much have it in some type of space, and then have it registered with the copyright office. You know what I mean? That's the other step. So it has to be two of those things simultaneously. So because I haven't actually registered some of the things I've recorded with the copyright office, sometimes I'm cautious with posting these things, because like it's not fearful. It's not being. I want to share like and be more open what I'm creating, but at the same time, you don't want somebody to rip you off. You know what I mean? So that's very important. And I think anyway, but I'm mindful of that. So I established established my LLC, and I'm working on the process of doing that to register certain things and to be, and then I could release it, because then I have ownership, which is very, very important to me. So I'm not rushing, you know what I mean? And we also taking steps towards it. So, and I thank God for my mom, and she said a prayer for me this morning, and I received a prayer. Um, and she saw the flowers I got. She was very happy. And then she used it as a point of prayer for me, and I received that. I'm not gonna share the prayer with you. That's me. That's between me, my mother, and God. So, but the prayer was very powerful, and I received what she said. Yeah, very, 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 very important thing. You have to stay grounded and spiritually in tune when you're reaching these levels, when you're reaching for something beyond yourself. So anyway, the space of the car is that for me, because it reminds me of being in a space where I had to push myself beyond limits I thought was even possible. Driving, I'm talking, you don't even want to know the amount of hours I drove in a day, man. Like, I was driving and going and just moving and being in different places, inspiring, and then being in different places inspired me to create, inspired me to reach for more, because I'm seeing more every day. When I say more, I mean like have vision for my life, have an exact direction of where I want to go. So anyway, so the hook goes like this. Thanks for bearing with me through it all. Like, you rapping. Nah, it's a testimony. All right, so the hook is this. The spirit of V-Day that just passed, right? Yeah. I'm not actually listening to anything. I'm just using that as a point of noise canceling, so it helps me focus. All right. The hook goes like this. I'm single, hey, I got pain. I'm single, hey, I'm falling rain. I'm single, hey, heal my pain. I'm single, hey, so I gain. Go, single, hey, I got pain. Falling rain, heal my pain. And so I gain. Go, single, hey, hey, I got pain. Single, hey, hey, falling rain, hey, hey, heal my pain, hey, hey, so I gain. Go, single, hey, hey, I got pain. Falling rain, heal my pain, and so I gain. Yeah. Working on, like, I just got hooks. I don't know if there's a category for just making hooks and just releasing that. I think, mark my words, as time progresses, the attention span of people is already varied, but I think people like shorter bursts of music. So I'm getting to a space where I'm like, well, the hook is the part of the song people like and they're catchy, and it's like that's the part they resonate with most times. That the beat, you know what I mean. But the hook, the part of the song where you remember the chorus, so I'm working on just creating that part. 'Cause I know if I can create that part, I can create a whole story. Of course, you can create a whole story around it. But the length of songs is changing, which doesn't mean you have to compromise that. You don't have to make really short songs. No, neither do you, and you also do not have to make really long songs. Truthfully, you can create how you choose to create. But for me, what's resonating and what has been resonating for me since 2020, when I was very particular with recording, just when I say recording, just documenting, at least for myself and for future actual record recording, is to create hooks, because hooks are where, hooks help people just resonate. They're short, sweet, quick. They get the message out, and then that's what people resonate with. So I'm like, how can I do it to where I'm just releasing that? You know what I mean? As the song, you know what I mean? So I'm working on that. I mean, I don't see why not. So yeah, but that's one of the hooks. I don't even know the name of that. I don't know what I should call it, but it's the idea of being single. Like, yes, you go through the steps of being in a relationship. You get out of a relationship, you're now single. The pain or really the experiences that you go through doing that should teach you, should help you grow. It's not meant to just debilitate you, but should help you grow to a better person. And I say falling rain, so I'm looking at, I don't see a physical rain when I recorded that, but I just look at it like, okay, I'm going through a season of just, it's a lot. It's a lot, you're pouring, whether not physically, sometimes yes, physically crying, but going through a period where you just in drought. You're like, man, like, well, not a drought, but you're drenched with just rain. It feels like I'm just getting pounded by rain. Like, dang, can I get a break? You know what I mean? And then it's like, then I channel a healing into that and say, well, heal my pain. If you're gonna be falling on me like this, if this rain is gonna be beating upon me like that, in a spiritual matter, or not physically drenched in rain, but spiritually going through so much, it's like, well, I pray this process heals me. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying in the hook. You know what I mean? And so I'm single, falling rain, heal my pain, so I gain. So at the end of the process, as I'm going through the process, I'm going to gain from it. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to grow from it, which is important. So I think not just every relationship, whether, Afrocentric relationship, as I've been taught, not just in that relationship, but I think every relationship can actually teach you and help you grow. But specifically Afrocentric relationship, taken away from the R one, which is romantic, just learning to be in a more Afrocentric mode of love, and really what that really means. So but anyway, like, you grow from it, grow from what you learn, the experiences you learn. Do not repeat the same mistakes. Be mindful, and then really don't. For me, when I haven't had that many relationships, so for me, I can count on my hand how many relationships I have. Like, I'm not a person that just dates around. I'm the type that I go through a relationship, and I'm talking about, I study so much while in it, and also while I'm out of it, to really grow as a man. You know what I mean? Which is why it takes me a while to get into relationships, or even really trust people, or even build something with people, because I'm mindful of who I am. I'm still working a lot within. There's still a lot of flaws I need to fix. You know what I mean? So if I know that, then it's wise to take time to really grow, to really heal, to really become the man I see myself as. I'm still working on it. You know what I mean? The vision is there, but the reality is still catching up to the vision. You know what I mean? So as I'm working on that, there's no need to rush. I don't believe in rushing into the next thing, just holding space. Like, I don't believe in that. And when I say holding space, meaning just have somebody with you because you feel quote unquote lonely. No, I'd rather be alone and go through a process of healing and growth. You know what I mean? Because that's more important. Because then I can be full. I can be full and then give unto another person. You know what I mean? I think sometimes I don't know. I know human connection, we're naturally want to be with other people, because it's not good to be solitary too long. But I'm saying in an Afrocentric way, in building a relationship, it's important to know yourself so that you can pour into the other person. It's important to be full so that you can pour into the other person, so they can be a symbiotic thing of y'all both full and y'all both nurturing each other. Because if y'all not, I'm trying to tell you, something along the way is going to strain, and that's where, anyway. But yeah, so to the hook, I'm single, hey, I got pain. I'm single, hey, falling rain. Single, hey, heal my pain. I'm single, hey, so I gain. Go, single, hey, hey, I got pain. Single, hey, hey, falling rain. Single, hey, hey, Feel my pain, single, hey, hey. So I gain goat, single. I got pain, hey, hey. Melon rain, hey, hey. My pain, hey, hey. So I gain goat. Just trying to work on different tones, different textures, and different ways so it can, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the process of just me being, practicing. All this is just practice. Though I'm preparation. I'm growing and practicing preparation. You know what I mean? It's like it's building the muscle of it. Building the muscle of it put me in where I'm destined to be. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's coming together, man. I thank God for today. Yeah, this is February 15, 2025. Yeah. Currently, where am I at? I'm currently around somewhere around Marlboro Pike, around Forestville, Maryland. Yeah, waiting on bro to finish his cut, man, and just finding time to just be still and record this. So, thank you, guys. Peace.